What if I told you that the secret to a perfect night's sleep was discovered over 3,000 years ago? Imagine drifting off effortlessly each night, waking up refreshed and full of energy. Yet for so many of us, restful sleep feels like a distant dream. Today, insomnia affects more than 35% of adults, with stress, endless screen time, and irregular schedules robbing us of the deep, restorative rest we need. We've tried it all: sleep trackers, supplements, even sleeping pills. They might help temporarily, but they don't address the root problems. The result? We're stuck in a cycle of exhaustion. But what if the solution doesn't come from modern technology at all? Let's travel back thousands of years to the world of the ancient Egyptians. Without devices or pharmaceuticals, they uncovered natural methods to master the art of sleep. To them, rest wasn't just a necessity. It was a sacred ritual, a way to connect with higher wisdom and recharge their physical and mental energy. How did they do it? Today, we'll rediscover their sleep techniques and show you how to use them to transform your own nights. These methods are simple, effective, and, best of all, entirely natural. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's the foundation of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. But for millions of people, restful sleep feels impossible. Have you ever found yourself tossing and turning at night, unable to quiet your racing thoughts? Or waking up at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering how you'll make it through the next day? Modern life has created a perfect storm for insomnia. Constant stress keeps your body in a heightened state of alertness, while the blue light from phones and tablets disrupts your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Add irregular routines, late-night snacking, or overthinking, and it's no wonder so many of us are struggling. Here's the reality. Over 35% of adults report having insomnia symptoms, and it's not just a minor inconvenience. Poor sleep has been linked to serious issues like heart disease, diabetes, depression, and even cognitive decline. Lack of rest doesn't just leave you tired. It can rob you of your health, happiness, and even years of your life. We turn to modern solutions in search of relief: sleeping pills, melatonin supplements, or fancy sleep trackers. They promise quick fixes, but often fail to address the root causes. Pills might make you drowsy, but they can leave you feeling groggy and even dependent. Sleep trackers give you data, but rarely offer actionable solutions to improve your rest. This constant search for solutions adds to the frustration. We're stuck in a cycle, exhausted, stressed, and desperate for better sleep. But what if the answer didn't come from new technology or pharmaceuticals? What if the key to restful sleep wasn't about adding more gadgets or medications, but instead returning to ancient wisdom? For thousands of years, civilizations like the Egyptians treated sleep as a sacred practice, an essential part of their health and spiritual well-being. These ancient solutions didn't rely on pills or screens. They focused on aligning the body, mind, and environment with natural rhythms, an approach that's both timeless and surprisingly relevant today. And while these methods might seem far removed from our modern lives, they're easier to integrate than you might think. So, what can we learn from them? And how can we apply their techniques in our own lives? The cost of poor sleep goes far beyond feeling tired. Sleep deprivation silently impacts almost every area of your life, and the consequences are serious. Let's start with health. Chronic insomnia increases your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even strokes. It weakens your immune system, making it harder for your body to fight off illnesses. Sleep deprivation has also been linked to weight gain, as it disrupts the hormones that regulate hunger and metabolism. Over time, this lack of balance can lead to long-term health issues that are hard to reverse. Then there's mental health. Poor sleep fuels anxiety and depression, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to escape. Have you ever noticed how everything feels harder after a bad night's sleep? That's because your brain isn't functioning at full capacity. Lack of sleep impacts your focus, memory, and decision-making, affecting both your personal and professional life. It can even damage relationships, as irritability and fatigue make it harder to connect with others. The financial cost is staggering too. Studies estimate that sleep disorders cost the U.S. economy over $400 billion annually due to lost productivity and healthcare expenses. And on a personal level, how many mornings have you spent buying overpriced coffee, just trying to stay awake? How many late nights have turned into missed opportunities or poor performance? Yet, the solutions we turn to often make the problem worse. Sleeping pills might help you fall asleep faster, but they don't always promote deep, restorative sleep. Many people wake up feeling groggy, dependent on medications that only mask the symptoms. And then there's technology. Sleep trackers might tell you your sleep score, but they can't explain why you're tossing and turning, or how to fix it. This is where ancient wisdom shines. Civilizations like the Egyptians didn't just treat sleep as a biological need, they saw it as a sacred practice. They understood that to truly rest, the body, mind, and environment must work in harmony. Their approach didn't rely on quick fixes or external gadgets. It focused on aligning with natural rhythms, the cycles of light and dark, the calming power of rituals, and the use of natural aids like aromatherapy and herbs. These principles might seem ancient, but they hold timeless relevance. If we don't address these underlying issues, the cost of poor sleep will continue to grow. But by looking to the past, we can find solutions that modern approaches often overlook. When it came to sleep, the ancient Egyptians didn't see it as just a biological function. They believed it was a gateway to insight, healing, and spiritual connection. For them, the hours spent sleeping were just as important as the hours spent awake. Sleep wasn't something to take for granted. It was a sacred ritual, woven into the fabric of their daily lives. One of their most fascinating practices involved the use of Blue Lotus flower, a plant so revered that it was often depicted in their art and sacred texts. Known for its calming and mildly psychoactive effects, the Blue Lotus was steeped in water or brewed into a tea to relax the mind and promote restorative sleep. It wasn't just a plant. It was considered a spiritual tool, believed to enhance dreams, improve mental clarity, and even foster a deeper connection to the divine. But the Egyptians didn't stop at herbs. They also integrated sensory rituals into their bedtime routines. For instance, they anointed their bodies with oils infused with scents like frankincense and myrrh, which modern science confirms have stress-reducing and sleep-enhancing properties. These oils were more than fragrant. They carried symbolic meaning, representing purification and preparation for a restful night. The act of anointing became a moment of mindfulness, a way to transition from the chaos of the day to the calm of the evening. Their approach to sleep extended to their physical surroundings. Hieroglyphs and ancient texts reveal that Egyptians treated the bedroom as a sacred space, free from clutter and distractions. Beds were often aligned with celestial bodies, reflecting their belief in the connection between earthly rhythms and the cosmos. This alignment wasn't just symbolic. It was thought to harmonize their sleep cycles with the natural world. One particularly intriguing practice was dream incubation, a ritual designed to influence the content of dreams. By preparing their minds and environments through specific rituals, Egyptians believed they could receive divine guidance or healing during sleep. Temples dedicated to gods like Serapis and Imhotep served as sanctuaries for this purpose, where individuals would rest in the hopes of awakening with answers to their most pressing questions. Beyond their spiritual significance, these practices had profound practical benefits. By following structured routines and using natural remedies, the Egyptians likely reduced stress and aligned their circadian rhythms, concepts that modern sleep science is only beginning to validate. Research today shows that rituals like aromatherapy, mindfulness, and creating a consistent bedtime routine can significantly improve sleep quality and overall well-being. The Egyptians' approach to sleep was holistic and deeply intentional. They recognized that rest wasn't just a passive state, but an active process requiring balance between body, mind, and environment. This harmony between body, mind, and environment is something many of us have lost in today's fast-paced, gadget-filled world. But the good news is, it's never too late to reclaim it. Imagine integrating ancient practices like calming teas, soothing scents, and mindful rituals into your own life. Picture yourself steeping Blue Lotus tea, its aroma filling the room as you unwind from the day. Visualize anointing yourself with essential oils like frankincense or myrrh, letting their soothing properties ease your stress. Now imagine creating a dedicated evening sanctuary, free of clutter, calm, and perfectly designed for rest. The Egyptians understood that sleep wasn't just an act. It was a sacred experience. Through intentional preparation and alignment with natural rhythms, they unlocked its transformative power. And the best part? You can do the same. Now that you've learned these ancient techniques, it's time to put them into practice. Start with something simple. Brew a relaxing tea, set up your bedroom as a peaceful retreat, or try journaling your thoughts before bed to clear your mind. These small steps can make a big difference. We want to hear how these practices work for you. Have you tried a particular ritual or discovered a new favorite scent that helps you relax? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to start their own journey toward better sleep. If you found today's video helpful, you won't want to miss what's coming next. In our next episode, we'll dive into ancient Egyptian productivity secrets, a system of time management and focus so effective, it still holds lessons for us today. Imagine mastering your schedule with techniques inspired by the rhythms of nature, clarity of purpose, and the wisdom of one of the greatest civilizations in history. These are practices that modern time management experts are only beginning to understand. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to uncover these transformative methods and learn how to apply them to your daily life.